What's up, everybody? You're very welcome to Mundo Sporto. Today we're going to be watching Arsenal taking on Leeds in what should be hopefully another cracking Premier League game. I have a sneaky feeling we might see a Leeds away win today, folks. I don't know why. It's something I've been saying all week when I was asked my predictions for a few different bits and pieces. This has always been one that I think has the possibility of a Leeds win. But either way, I think it's going to be a good game. It's starting 11s are out. I'll go through them in a couple of seconds. I hope that you're all well. And yeah, lovely to see you all. I hope that you're having a lovely weekend. I'm still on the coffee because it's still pretty much my morning time, folks. You know what I mean? Hey Marwan, how are you, buddy? Welcome. Lovely to see you. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Lovely to see you in. Thank you for giving us a chance. And I think you'll have a bit of fun with us, buddy. This should be an interesting one, this. Big shout out to everybody who helped us get to 12k on here as well, and a massive thank you to everyone who helped us hit 75k over on Anfield Agenda. 75, oh my Jesus. Is Salah leaving? Not that I'm aware of. Theo, no. Not that I'm aware of. The big one that was going around yesterday was the manager, and I'll address all of that in tonight's Late Night Agenda over on Anfield Agenda later on. Afternoon. John, how are you, pal? Isa as well, how are you? 100k by the end of the season, said Marwa. It's possible, mate. I mean, I never thought it would be, but going off numbers we've been getting, it's possible. I mean, we're going to have to keep pushing, keep the pedal to the metal, and see where we end up. But yeah, it is possible, mate. Bossman said, as much as I hate Liverpool fans and banter them, I have a lot of respect for you. The banter is part of the fun, though, buddy. I mean, we all love a bit of banter, and you know, if you show some respect, either side, that includes me to you and you to me and vice versa or whatever, but it's all good, and welcome in, my friend. It's lovely to have you with us, and this is a non-Liverpool channel. I'm going to have to keep reiterating this till enough people hear it, because I understand they know I'm a Liverpool fan, they assume this is a Liverpool. It's not. This is a completely unbiased channel where I just find another excuse to watch football, really. That's pretty much it. Just trying to blag it with the misses, you know. I have to grow the second channel, though, if I need to be watching as many games as I can. You know where I'm coming from. You respect the hustle. I like your head. We all love a bit of head, mate. You know what I mean? We all love a bit. What can we say? 3-0 Leeds. Joe's going for. Shout out to the boys over at All Leeds TV as well. They are a cracking bunch of lads. Good friends of ours as well. Joe and the guys. I'm sure they'll be in a watch along of this today. So if you're going to jump around through a few channels, make sure to pop into the lads at All Leeds TV and tell them I said hello when you're over there as well. They are a cracking bunch of lads. Great channel as well. Do I think West Brom can stay up? I don't, to be honest, mate. It's like they have had some weird results. Like they got a draw with us, they got a draw with United. They've been battered down by some other teams. I just think it's that one step too far for them. But you know, it's football, and anything is possible until it's mathematically impossible. Will I be doing the Chelsea watch along tomorrow? Do you know what? I'll have to check my phone. No, I'm not doing anything tomorrow. Tomorrow for me, it's going to be an Anfield Agenda preview for the Champions League game, and then it will be just a late night agenda tomorrow. Actually, that reminds me, I must send somebody a message. Where we go? I need to send somebody a message. Sorry, I forgot to organise something for tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll be short of content. I'll go to the starting 11s in 1 second, folks. Right, starting 11s for both sides looks a little bit like this. Arsenal have gone for Leno in goal, Bellerin, David Luiz, Gabriel and Suarez. Then they've gone for Danny Ceballos and Granit Xhaka, and then there's three ahead of them. It's Smith Rowe, Odegaard and Saka, and then Aubameyang up front. So they've put a bit of trust in youth there today, Arsenal. Leeds have Messier in goal, Ayling, Struijk, Cooper, Elioski, Click, Rafinha, Dallas, Shackleton, Harrison and Bamford. Is it Struijk? I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce number 21's name. Struijk, is it? Yeah, so look, I'm going to be keeping an eye on number 18, Rafinha, as I'm sure a couple of Liverpool fans will as well. Do I think Liverpool are going to get top four? It's not guaranteed by any means, Chloe, but yeah, I'm still confident we'll turn it around and get there, but it isn't possible. Is Fabinho fit to play against Leipzig? No, he won't be fit for a couple of weeks, unfortunately. I know, I wish I had better news. I hope we can sign Rafinha, says John. I mean, I think he's been linked, mate. A lot of us wouldn't mind signing him, but Leeds won't want to let him go. He's been a cracking buy for them. All Leeds TV said hi, cracking stuff. They're a great bunch of lads, really are. I mean, Joe and the lads over there, great channel. I love chatting with them every time I have them on or go onto their channel. They're a very entertaining bunch of lads. Boss man said, just a career mode, maybe, or just a suggestion, maybe you should do a career mode on FIFA. I get asked this on a weekly basis, mate, and there's two answers. One, I'm not a gamer, but two, I do have a PS4, an Xbox One, Switch, because of the kids in the house, but I'm not a gamer myself, so I will be terrible at it, mate. It would be a massacre. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. And hello, how are you, buddy? It's been a while since I've seen you. I hope you're keeping well. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I suppose I should probably say that to the missus at some point as well. There she is in the chat. Happy Valentine's Day, Sabrina. My uncle all the way in Canada is a Leeds fan, she said, which is true. And I've got a couple of uncles as well who are Leeds fans. Yeah, there was actually quite a large Irish following for Leeds, particularly of the generation my wife's talking about there, one generation before ours. Poor from United today. 1-1 draw. Look, I'm not going to start casting shade on anyone. Do you know what I mean? After our results lately, I'm not saying that, man. I'm just keeping my mouth shut and hoping we can go about our own business. I'm certainly not going to sit here and start slagging off United for dropping points when we threw away a 1-goal lead with 20 minutes to go and capitulated 3-1. I'm not in a position to be throwing or to be casting shade at anyone at this point, man. Don't listen to the haters, you're an amazing bloke. I had to quit Twitter. I can't do it anymore. I just can't. I made a simple suggestion yesterday and was jumped upon again for trying to do a nice thing. It can't be hard. I can't do it anymore. I'm just going to stick to YouTube. Happy Valentine's Day, Craig. Thank you, Sabrina. There's some awfully big lips for some reason. Simon's a Leeds fan from the side, man. There you go. Yeah, there were quite a few actually, especially over here in Ireland of like my uncles say of that generation. There'd be quite a few. I wouldn't be surprised if Everton beat us. It's Saturday, isn't it? It's Saturday, that game. I'm sure that's a 5:30 kick-off on Saturday. Let me just triple check that because I am an idiot with most of this stuff. 20th of February. Yeah, it's Saturday. It's next Saturday, mate. Saturday, 5:30. How do you think Van Dijk and Gomez are still going to be out for? I've written them off for the season, but I'm not saying that that's a fact. I'm just saying in my head mentally, I've prepared for the rest of the season without the lads. But if we get them back, great. But it's important not to rush them as well, because the last thing we need is trying to bring them back too early and them to picking up another injury or to, heaven forbid, worsen the injury they've had. Twitter is as bad as YouTube for hate. Oh, it's much, much worse. Much worse. I mean, the stuff on YouTube I can deal with far easier because you can just easily ignore comments. Like on your timeline on Twitter, you don't, like, you're just reading your responses, and it could be from your best mate or it could be from somebody who you've no idea who they are. Do you know what I mean? Whereas on Twitter or on YouTube, you either choose to ignore the comments or you read the first few and see what the general tone is. Excuse me. I think Twitter's far, far harder because you can't receive direct messages on YouTube, as an example. And even though on Twitter you'd have direct messages turned off, they still go in as pending. And when you're in the business that we're in, or you're in the industry that we're in, you've got to keep checking them, because it could be somebody asking you, can they come on for a video? Could you come on there for a video? Could be a sponsor, could be a charity looking for some help, could be at, and so you always are inclined to try and check those DMs. And a lot of them are just vile, to be honest with you. What are my predictions for this match? I've two. It could be a 1-1 draw or a 2-1 away win. And I just think Leeds are in a cracking vein of form right now, and they look a side full of energy, full of belief, well drilled in what they have to do. And Arsenal have chopped and changed a lot. And though Arsenal do have some cracking players on that team, like some very good young footballers, I just have a sneaky feeling that we could see at least a draw, possibly an away win. Craig, you always said you don't have one piece of respect for Manchester City. No, what I said is I don't have respect for the club. I have respect for the fans and I have respect for the players and the manager. I don't have respect for the business aspect of the way the club is run, mate. They absolutely humbled us and they play amazing football. And it's not Pep Guardiola or the players' fault, nor is it the fans' fault. I just don't like the way the club was run financially. Nothing to do with any of the individuals, mate, because, you know, they're all just earning a livelihood and doing their thing. And I admire Pep Guardiola massively as a football man. So, yes, of course I respect the players and the manager, and as I said, they had great fans that went down through the divisions with them and filled out Main Road when they were in a couple of divisions down. So again, if my point came across wrong, it was more I don't like the way the club is now, the way it's front and being funded. Cube's going 2-1 for Leeds, Bamford and Rafinha, and then Aubameyang for Arsenal. Rashford or Firmino. I don't do those games, Jamie. I don't do the or games. Both good players, both bring different things to their clubs. So, yeah. Alfie, alright, mate. We're doing okay. It was a tough night yesterday, but yeah, we're doing alright, pal. Yeah, I mean, boss man, unfortunately, there are some fans from every fan base, and I include my own fan base in that. I include your fan base. I include every fan base. We all have, or at least people that claim to be fans of our clubs, pal, that show the clubs in a very bad light, as you've said, mocking things like Hillsborough, the Munich air disaster, stuff that is absolutely, disgusting and should never, ever be brought into a conversation around football. Where the hell is the clock? There it is. I couldn't find the clock there for a second. I was getting worried. Klopp must be feeling so bad at the minute. My heart goes out to the man, honestly. And that's all I suggested on Twitter, was that maybe a couple of LFC content channels come together and just, record a little piece each and make a little collaboration video just letting the manager know how much we appreciate him. And it was just deemed as, you're a cheesy nonce, go away. So, what can I do? Other than just carry on minding my own business. Next season, do we need another goalkeeper to complete with Atkinson? Yes, but I hope that's Queevy and Kelleher. But I am biased on that one, obviously. Right, look, this game's about to get underway, folks. Leeds playing from right to left in the first half. Arsenal, the home side, obviously left to right. Leeds in their away colour of a dark bluey green. And players are just taking a knee. And then as soon as they get back up, we'll get underway. We're underway. Don't forget, keep your score predictions coming in, folks, and please do lash the letter P or something after, just to let people know it's a prediction. Leeds immediately have the ball knocking around at the back, and the press comes on from Saka. Leeds go long, looking for Bamford, but the second ball breaks and Arsenal have it in midfield. Ceballos across left-hand side to Smith Rowe. What do you think on this one? I think it has at least, I think both teams to score is almost nailed on, but after that we'll wait and see how it works out. Aubameyang now spreads the ball out right hand side to Saka. Saka cuts inside, looks to get across, it's blocked, it breaks at the edge of the box. Leeds get there first, but Arsenal have won it back now with Xhaka. He has to strike, it's blocked. Aubameyang will pick it up left hand side, the penalty area. He rolls a sneaky little pass in to Aubameyang, who pulls it back. Strike, it's over the bar. Good attack there from Arsenal. There's a Leeds player down, I think, with a hand injury on the right hand side of the penalty area, but it's a good bright start to the game from Arsenal there. Noah's going 2-1 prediction for Leeds. Jamie Delaney's going 2-1 for Arsenal. Daniel's going 3-3. Marcus 3-0 to Arsenal. 2-0 to Arsenal for Elijah John 5. B2K Julian 2-1. Samir, I'd love that score. 4-4 be a belter of a game. Connor's going 2-2, i.e. Anfield Agenda's going 2-2 prediction. So who stayed up for the UFC last night? I've got to admit that I stayed up for everything bar the main card. I fell asleep. I actually fell asleep early for me at like whatever it was, 4:30, 5:45, before the Usman fight. I watched all the rest of them and then fell asleep. 3-2 for Leeds, said the Irish Hotspur. How are you, my friend? Lovely to see you in. And Hello Go's going for a 3-3. That'll be a belter. I mean, yes, give me any of those. 2-2, 3-3, 4-4. Give me that many goals and I'll be a happy dude. Anthony's gone 5-2. 4-2. He says, why not? Why not indeed, mate? Leeds will win either 3-1 or get battered 4 or 5-0. Martin's gone for a 4-3 prediction to Leeds. Bossman's going 0-0. Don't be doing that to us, fella. There's nothing worse than doing a watch along for a club that isn't yours and it's a 0-0, mate. Trust me, there's nothing worse. Unless, of course, it's a result you want for your club. But in this case, it doesn't really make too much of a difference to, hopefully, to Liverpool. Leeds go back. All the way back with the keeper now. He plays the ball out right hand side. Nice touch inside. Good work from Rafinha. Leeds eventually win it back though. Here goes Danny Ceballos on the run. He's got options left and right. Gives the ball out to Aubameyang left hand side of the penalty area. Aubameyang cuts inside. Rolls it back. Strike from Bellerin, but again he couldn't get over the top of the ball that goes high, high, high over the crossbar. Yeah, I'm sick of 0-0s as well, Mark. I seem to be jinxed. Jack Gill does his first watch along on Mundo Sporto. It's a 5-4 FA Cup cracker. God, how many 0-0s and 1-0s have I done at this point? Whereas El Jack comes on, you get a 5-4 FA Cup belter. Probably the FA Cup game of the season between Spurs and Everton. We could go 7th on Sunday next week. Mate, we're playing on Saturday. Saturday 5:30. And don't be thinking negatively. Have I noticed this season there are very few goals scored on a Sunday? I haven't, but then again, I don't keep track of a lot of stuff. But I will start keeping an eye on it now that you've brought it to my attention, mate. Thank you. Free kick here to Leeds. Left hand side inside their own half. Again, Mundo Sporto's now hit 12,000 subscribers, so thank you to everyone. Hope you continue to enjoy it. I know we're getting small numbers on here for some games, but I don't care. I've said this before. Some of the best days I had when we were growing Anfield Agenda were when we had 50 people, 100 people in the chat. Like, some of the mad conversations we had were great fun. Leeds again, just inside the Arsenal half, switch it across right hand side. Bamford inside the penalty area. Ball rolls loose left hand side. Arsenal look like they're just going to manage to get away with Gabriel. And it'll go out for a throw in. Bamford just couldn't get the ball out of his feet there on the edge of the box. He was surrounded by Arsenal defenders, to be fair to him. Did they get anything nice for Valentine's Day? Mate, we don't do Valentine's Day. We're together 20 years, mate. Valentine's Day is well and truly out the window. It's just a fake day. It's just one of those that neither myself or my wife ever bought into, to be fair. And you don't need to have a special day to do something nice. My missus does something nice for me every single day of the week just by not leaving. Please come on my podcast. Honestly, I'm trying to get on as many as I can lately, Luca, excuse me. And I'll tell you the problem at the minute with time is, mate, there's a lot of people who are doing uni degrees in journalism, and as part of those degrees they need a lot of them are using fan channels as part of their thesis, and they need interviews, and there's only a certain amount of people that they can go around, and I think I've got 4 or 5 of those booked in alone for the next week that I have to do, because you know you want to help these young lads get their degrees, and I'm always happy to help out if I can. So leave it with me, fella, and just get back to me in a week or two and we'll see how time allows, if that's okay. That's the best I can say at the minute. Well, Craig, just saw Neto's goal, unreal. Not going to lie to you much, mate. I'm only out of bed. Only rolled out of bed at 3:30. Haven't seen that, fella. Haven't seen that yet. But I look forward to match of the day too later on. Throw in here, left-hand side for Arsenal. Game yet to really catch fire, but you know, sometimes these Sunday half-hour kickoffs can be a slow burner. By the way, I love your idea on the collab for a video of your boys and Klopp, top man. Mate, all it did was get me abused by locals, so I'm ditching it. Literally, I'll put it out there and I get abused by locals. But yeah, a local puts a banner outside the ground that says, "We love you, Klopp, you'll never walk alone," and it's lauded. Non-local makes an idea to make a video and it gets just dismantled by locals and called everything under the sun. You know, every local, no, that's very unfair of me. So every local that interact in that way, assumes we've all never been to a game of football in their lives, and that because they fell out of their mother's vagina in a Liverpool postcode, that they've got some God-given right to the ground. Now, I'm not saying every local, I'm saying every local that reacts in that way seems to have that attitude. Every time I've been to Liverpool, all I've ever encountered is wonderful people, just warm, friendly, fun people, and it's not been my experience in social media, unfortunately. But over in the city, I cannot speak highly enough of anyone I've ever bumped into. Never had nothing but fun over there and been treated wonderfully by what are an amazing group of people. Smith Rowe now. Someone asked me a question actually yesterday, folks. Let me just put it to you in the chat. 2 questions. Who's been the best young player so far this season? And who's been the Premier League player of the season so far? Interesting question that was put to me yesterday, and it took me a while to think about it. And I still, outside of the answer of the young player, I couldn't really come up with one. So have at it in the chat there and let me know your thoughts. Arsenal now on the attack down the left channel with Aubameyang. And it's going to be pulled back. It's going to be a free kick there. Aylingfeld, Aubameyang, just left-hand side, outside the penalty area, kind of halfway between the penalty box and the throw-in. The fine, let's say 21 or under. Saka or Foden, Foden or Jones, Foden, Salah or Fernandes. Foden was the one I went for. I mean, it is the obvious choice. He has been an amazing player this season. I know he's probably had a little bit longer experience, but he's still been a quality footballer, Foden, this season. He's been really, really, to step up and almost fill those shoes of David Silva already. Gundogan, I think, is a fair shout for the player that's having a big impact at the moment as well. Obviously Fernandes has a good season. Salah scoring wise for Liverpool's had a very good season. And there have been a lot of great standout individual performances this season in the Premier League, but Gundogan lately has been on fire. We've all known the quality the player has, but he's just adding more and more goals. Another double yesterday. Arsenal on the attack now. That's just not great. I'm not going to lie to you. Suarez running down the left side there, the penalty area, ran out of pitch. He had plenty of opportunities to get the ball across. What's your top 4? I'm still Skippy. I'm refusing to say it, mate. I'm nearly too scared to say it because of the fear of Liverpool not being in it, pal. It's so difficult to know, mate, at this moment in time. I mean, City obviously are nailed in there, and at this moment in time, even though they dropped points today, United look fairly nailed into the top 4. So then it's going to be, Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea, Villa maybe if they can keep up their form, Everton of course. There are a shout for any number of teams to take the last couple of places, and it's going to be whoever can string a run of wins together, and something we haven't been able to do lately from our side. I mean, I was looking at the table yesterday. Chelsea, I think they're either behind us with a game in hand, they can go just ahead of us, or they're 1 point behind us. Let me just have a look at the league table now, actually, while I'm talking. Right, so City, obviously, 53 points. United on 46 points. Leicester then on 46 points. Yeah, I forgot Leicester. How could I forget Leicester? Sorry, Leicester nailed on, I think, as well. So, yeah, it's going to be Leicester, Liverpool, Chelsea, or Everton. Maybe Spurs to take those last 2 places, and it's going to be a battle. Cross in from Leeds here. Bamford with a header. Leno gets behind it. Gabriel now for Arsenal. Back again with Leno. Leno across to David Luiz. He launches the ball straight upfield. It's knocked on by Aubameyang, but Leeds get there first and head it straight back into midfield. Danny Ceballos has a first though for Arsenal. Smith Rowe. Suarez. Back inside to Ceballos. Ceballos goes back and Gabriel launches it long upfield. Nobody there. It'll go all the way in behind to the Leeds keeper. Leicester deserve to be where they are, and I said it last season, they're building something at the King Power. They have a very good young squad, they have a good manager, and they've got very good owners, which is important as well, and a good structure. They've redeveloped in their new training facility. That if you've seen the stream of Untitled Chapter, you'd have seen that as well. They're a club that are setting lofty ambitions for themselves and need to be applauded for that. Aubameyang now. Aubameyang, couple of step over, strike, and it's 1-0 to Arsenal. Aubameyang, you knew what he was going to do, and you can't stop him. It's one of those situations. It's that Salah, Henry, Aubameyang situation where you know exactly what they're going to do, but you ain't going to stop them. He cuts inside onto that right foot of his, and he picks out the keeper's right-hand corner, Aubameyang's left-hand corner, and 13 minutes gone at the Emirates, and it's 1-0 to Arsenal, all from a bit of brilliance by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Again, look, he cuts inside, goes past, in between the two defenders. It's just quality from Aubameyang. You know he's capable of it. In between the two defenders, gets a shot away early, which doesn't allow the keeper to set himself. And keeper still shuffling across to his left, and before he knows it, Aubameyang's already sent the ball to his right, and the keeper can't shift his weight. Good finish by Aubameyang. Proper classic Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang goal, that one. And it's 1-0 to Arsenal. When's Jota back? It's still a couple of weeks by the looks of it, unfortunately. Owen said, yes, Craig, as a Leicester fan, I respect your opinion. Don't listen to haters. Man, Leicester City, I've so much admiration for your club, mate, because of the way that your owners treat the fans with sincere respect, the way that the club invest their money, like us, I think, rather wisely, and that new training facility that you have is absolutely amazing. You're a club on the up, mate, and it's good to see. And it's always nice to see a well-managed club, a well-looked-after club like that, with good planning, get to the top tier of football. So well played, and I'm delighted for Leicester City. Just hope they don't get top four at the expense of us. Did I pop a vein back in the 2018 final? The final? No. It was more the semi-final, mate. If that would have helped me pop a vein there. Did I pop a vein in the 2018 final? No. I didn't. David Luiz goes long again. Looking for Aubameyang's overhit. Leeds keeper just about keeps it in play. 15 minutes gone at the Emirates, folks. It's Arsenal 1, Leeds 0. That goal came courtesy of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's right foot. Ceballos. Ball back with Gabriel. It'll be interesting to see how Leeds respond to this now. I mean, one thing you're usually guaranteed in a Leeds game is goals, but Arsenal have started very well here, and Leeds haven't been able to really get on the front foot at all. It's been some good football. Here we go again. Danny Ceballos playing through the midfield. Lays it back into Odegaard. Again, with some good defending there, though, from Leeds. Let's see if they can spring a counter now. Leeds play the ball through the middle. Arsenal get men tracking back. Saka being one of them. Referee said there was a handball in there amongst all them challenges and gives a free kick to Leeds. Right, last sip of the coffee, I promise. I haven't even shaved my head today, folks. Look at it. I feel like I'm a hippie here. Look at the length of the hair. What happened after the Crystal Palace game? Heaven knows, my friend. Heaven knows. Unless there's something I'm missing about. I mean, I assume you're talking about Liverpool winning and then capitulating since then. Thoughts on Martinelli getting hacked? Haven't seen any of it. Mate, honestly, I haven't seen any of it. Nor did I have I still haven't seen that video you guys were asking me about with who else was it? Was it another one of the Arsenal players? Wasn't it one of the Arsenal players who was in a bit of a dressing room video? Hadn't seen that video either. Rafinha heads it on now, but there's nobody there. It's straight to David Luiz. Luiz tries the ball for Bukayo Saka, but Arsenal try a ball. Luiz tries the ball for. I said Luiz, and then my head switched to Leeds. David Luiz tried the ball for Bukayo Saka down the line, but Leeds defender gets there first, hooks it out of play, and it's a throw into Arsenal right hand side. Saliba, yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, no, I still haven't watched that video either. And from what I've heard, I don't want to be watching the video. Oh, Palace lost 3-0 to Burnley. Sorry, man. Yeah, did you see the video? That young lad had a meltdown. Bricktop Junior, as I like to call him. He, yeah, it was, Look, Palace have been one of those teams, haven't they? Sometimes you see them, they play really good stuff when you think, God, Hodgson's actually got them playing well. And then, it's the Premier League. You're going to get these mad performances from time to time. And look, we lost to Burnley, so I'm not going to say anything. Rafinha now, little backheel strike. It's over the bar. Couldn't keep it down. Rafinha rolled the ball back to Mateus Click on the edge of the penalty area, but Click just couldn't keep a strike down and didn't trouble Leno. There's been a lot of high shooting in this game so far. Yeah, that was hilarious. Benjamin Button, that guy, yeah. Jesus, he was, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I quote tweeted it saying the man's about to destroy £2.50's worth of posters. Send help immediately and get Roy Hodgson an armed guard, because don't want Bricktop Junior coming after you like that. And look, I don't know the young man, and he was just annoyed. We can all get like that in the heat of the moment, to be fair. But I would be lying if I say I didn't have a little chuckle at it. How many teams were in the top 4 race? Well, look, if we exclude the two that look almost certain to be in there at the moment, which seems like United and Manchester City, then there's probably 5 or 6 teams for those last 2 places. I think, yeah, I'd say probably 5 or 6 teams for the last 2 places. That's how tight it can be. And like anything, if you can put a run of games together, any club, you will be in with a great chance of nicking one of those spots. Saka now, down this right-hand channel for Arsenal. Tries to get his head up, lets the ball go a little bit loose, and Leeds win it back. Ball now inside, Leeds have worked it back into the left channel. Again though, Leeds, whether it be because of Arteta's tactics or whether it just be the way Bielsa set them up, they haven't really been going forward in waves yet, with like we're used to seeing from a Leeds United side. They need to win the ball when Arsenal are in possession more. They need to dispossess Arsenal and create those periods of chaos. That Leeds and a lot of pressing teams like us do our best work in. That's a free kick to Saka. It had his ankles clipped. Craig, would you be happy if you ended up getting Europa League? No. I said this before, I'd personally rather know European football than Europa League. The only benefit I can think of to the Europa League is that you may get a chance to blood through some youngsters and give them some European experience. But other than that, the idea of the Thursday, Sunday stuff, oh, no, pass. But again, Harry Kane, I think he made his name during the Europa League. United have blooded through some youngsters during the Europa League, and other clubs have done it as well. So there are some positives to it if you really want to try and find some, but there aren't many. G-Stack said, no team getting there City in the next 3 to 5 years. Messi, Haaland supposedly in the summer too. If you want to know more about the Messi situation, mate, check out my interview with Graham Hunter on Anfield Agenda. It was towards the latter part of that interview, Graham, who is an absolute expert on Spanish football, like himself and Guillaume Balaguer are the voices of Spanish football. He went through the Lionel Messi situation, and City were part of that conversation, mate. So if you want to have a look at that, the interview's not that long. It's about 25 minutes or so. It's probably the last 10 minutes of it where we talk about Messi. Check it out because he gives a great insight, Graham. Am I Scouse? Yeah, I am, mate. Can you not hear from my thick Scouse accent? Do you not? Of course. Can you not hear my Scouse accent? The funny thing is, the people that do have a pop like that often forget that a large part of the Scouse community are Irish. Like, there is the names Carragher, Rooney. Like, where the fuck do you think they come from? Caballas now tries a back heel, doesn't come off. Leeds have it in midfield. They work it out right hand side, but that'll be a foul. Danny Caballas guilty to have clipped an ankle. It'll be a free kick. I think it was Mateus Click that was fouled. You sound Irish. I am Irish, buddy. I'm a proud Irish person. I thought you were just being a troll, mate. Sorry, I genuinely did. But now I'm Irish. I am Irish, pal. I'm from Dublin, but now I live about an hour's drive southeast of there. Do you think there's any chance of City bottling the league? No. No way. Honestly, they just... I know from when Liverpool got into that vein of winning and it just becomes a habit and you just find a way and a way. And United fans would know this from their teams over the years. Arsenal fans, if you're old enough as well. Don't mean that as a dig. I mean, genuinely, there were some great Arsenal teams. It just becomes a habit and you just find a way. And you at least find a way of not losing. So no, I think there's absolutely no chance City will bottle it. And they deserve it. They'll deserve the league title. And I won't be one of these people wanting to put an exclamation point or an asterisk beside it, like tried to happen to Liverpool last year, because you win 38 games, you play 38 games, the league table doesn't lie. So if City win the league, if they go on to win it, I'll be the first one to congratulate them on it. Begrudgingly, because of course it'll hurt me that Liverpool haven't done it, but I will of course congratulate them on it. Bamford now tries to play the ball back across. Good composed defender by Gabriel, just chests it back to Leno. Have you seen the clip of Klopp conceding the title? I have, mate, and that's what made us want to try and do that video where a lot of us Liverpool content channels come together to try and just send a message to him, just to let him know that, look, we'll be behind him. We know what he's going through. We love and respect the man, but excuse me. But I just got mocked for it on social media by locals, so I just put the kibosh on the idea, because I've had enough abuse over the years without more on top of it. Like, imagine abusing somebody for trying to put together a nice thing for somebody who's clearly grieving, mentally tired, and I know that look. I've had that look. That's what worried me when I seen Klopp. And I just wanted to try and arrange something. I didn't even want to be the head figure of it. I was happy to let one of the bigger channels take the lead. Like, I just wanted to be trying to do something positive. Strike straight at Leno. And immediately all the locals just jumped up. Not all the locals, again, sorry. All the locals who had a pop at me on Twitter jumped on me and just belittled the fuck out of me as usual, and just called me everything under the sun, slagged me off. Just basically told me I've no right to have anything to do with fucking... I'm an embarrassment. The usual stuff. I don't want to go over it because it just makes me sad, to be honest with you. Aubameyang. David Luiz. I've quit Twitter over it. I've just put my account in private and walked away. Connor's going to run the Anfield Agenda account. I didn't watch United today, mate. I'll be lying to you and say I only got up, but it was like 10 minutes left to go in the game, so we just checked the score on the OneFootball app, and yeah, seeing that it was 1-1 and ended up being 1-1. I heard you missed a good chance at the end though. Mr. EC Football, I've no problem answering your question, pal. Just don't put it into the chat multiple times, because our mods are under instructions to just remove like that for, spamming. But what can I say, mate? If we end up there by Monday night, we end up there by Monday night. It's up to us to to turn it round, fella. That's all I can say to you. I mean, the league table doesn't lie. If we're 7th by Monday, then we deserve to be 7th by Monday. But we got to put it right. Klopp deserves the best. Exactly. Klopp is an absolute. Even opposition fans, I've had so many of them say to me, "Look, never mind this rivalry nonsense. Jurgen Klopp's a good man," and like everybody in the world right now can see. Same as when Pep lost his mum. I fell for the man. I really did. He's under the stress, of a football campaign coming up. He lost his mother, and Klopp didn't even get to attend his mum's funeral. Fair play to a lot of opposition clubs fans who said that they'd chance, no, great last ditch defending, and it's a corner. Who said, look, they love Klopp. They could see the toll it's taken on him, and he's a football man through and through. Ryan, you're a top man. Thank you, pal. Do you know what? I love the fact that we get some Villa fans in now since that game where I had me meltdown, and they've come in and they've given me a chance and they've started to get to know us a little bit. And some of the Villa fans I've interacted with over the last few months, mate, have been some of the most fun that I've had the privilege of chatting with. So cheers, fella, and appreciate it. Did I see what Salah came out and said on Twitter? No, mate, I haven't. As I said, haven't been on Twitter since last night. Um, Nor will I be going back there anytime soon. Do you think the Champions League stage should be one game tie? No, I don't. But I fully appreciate, Robert, where you're coming from on that one, mate. I fully appreciate where you're coming from on it. But no, um, maybe if they have to stay in one city and play two games, but play them, over the course of stay in the city for 3 or 4 days and play the whole two legs, if you get me, with a 3-day break in between or something. But just for the integrity of the competition, I'd rather it stay as it is, as the two legs. Hey mate, I respect you a lot. We follow different teams, but I really enjoy listening to you. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. It's Hodge Burn It Down. Love the name. Is there? Yeah, Hodge Burn It Down. Yeah, I was just making sure I read that correctly. Thank you, pal. That means a lot, and I appreciate you being here with us as well. Still 1-0 in this one, folks, as we approach the half-hour mark. And in all honesty, Arsenal deserve the lead, no question there. But I'm wondering, what this Leeds is we're looking at. This does not look like. If I'm Arsenal right now, I'm gonna. I'd be saying, if I'm Arteta and the lads out on that pitch, I'd be trying to say to Arsenal, look, Bielsa will get these lads in a half time, and he will correct these wrongs. So I'd be trying to push for the second if could be, because I fully expect Leeds to come roaring out in the second half and have a real go. But full credit to Arsenal. They've definitely been the better side in the first half hour, and a very good finish from Aubameyang to make it 1-0 as well. Klopp won't leave, mate. Klopp doesn't abandon things, and he may well become the German national team manager someday. I fully agree with you on that point, but he won't leave at this moment in time. But if he needs a break for those reasons you've spoken about, no problem whatsoever. And I actually suggested to Connor last night just in the chat, maybe the club could say to him after Tuesday or something, mate, just have some time to yourself and your family, because he clearly, it's been a very distressing season for a lot of people all around the world, and a lot of football clubs and coaches and managers and all. They've been dealing with a lot added stress on top of the stress they already have. What county am I from in Ireland? Double answer to that one, Andrew, mate. I'm from Dublin. I grew up in South Dublin, but I live in Wexford. I've been living in Wexford now for about 13 or 14 years. A ref in. I don't know if that's true or not, mate, so I can't read it out. I'm assuming it is, mate. You've no reason to lie to me, but I can't read that comment out, pal. I'm sorry. I can't, not because of you. I just can't bring myself to comprehend that. Connor said, I've said, oh, there's me next door neighbour's dog out again doing the usual bark. I've said for ages I think Klopp will finish up with us, take a year or two off, and then take the Germany job and retire after. That's what Connor's put into the chat. I know Bayern Munich would love to have him. Did I watch the Barcelona match? I think I watched the half time. I'd seen Messi's goal just before half time. I seen Trincão's goal. I switched it off at half time because I think I switched over to the boxing, mate, because I was watching the build up and I was watching Josh Warrington's fight. But I'd seen Messi's goal before half time as well. Just in off the post. It was a thing of beauty. Thank you. Hodge, burn it down. Thank you, pal. You genuinely, man, nothing makes me happier than when I get a name right, because I get names wrong so many times that I almost feel like giving myself a little pat in the back when I get the odd one right. Messi's second goal was absolute filth. I didn't see the second one. As I said, mate, I switched it off to go watch the boxing. But his first goal was a thing of beauty as well. Outside the box, left foot, off the post, cross, then just about makes it in, rolls up the net, comes back across. Would I take Ricky Puig at Liverpool? Yes. He's a lovely footballer. I'd take him. I'd take Ansu Fati. There's a few Barcelona players. Frankie de Jong. Saka, he's gone down. That's a penalty, surely. Yes, referee points to the spot. We'll go to a replay, but I have to be honest, first impressions there were that Cooper felled him, and that's a clear penalty on Saka, but you'll wait for the replays, but from what I've seen in real time, it looked like it was an obvious penalty. Saka goes again, charging into the box, which is what I love seeing, and then gets clipped and goes down. Let's have a look. No doubt about it. 100% penalty. Any Liverpool fans watching will know that I've been screaming for our players to run at defenders more and more, and this is another example of why. Because with the pace that Mane and Salah have, the pace that young Saka had there for Arsenal, if you go driving at defences like that, they're either going to get a great tackle in or you're getting a free kick or a penalty from it, because these boys move so quick from a standing position these days and can turn from, almost a standing start to full sprint. Referee's going to have a look at this on the monitor. Okay, fair enough. I mean, at least if there's any doubt, the ref's going to have a look at it. But my first impressions were that, even seeing the replay, that Saka did have his leg clipped. But let's see what the referee has to say. I can't imagine it'll take too long, but maybe VAR have just wanted to confirm it. Oh, from that angle, to be fair, from the angle. Now, you need to see this from a couple of angles. Now, seeing it from behind, it looks one thing. Oh. Actually, do you know what? I can understand why VAR have asked the referee to make his own judgment on this. I didn't see that other angle the first time. And was it Saka hitting his own foot? No penalty. The referee has overturned the decision. No penalty. Interesting. I mean, that's why having all the angles helps, because we seen the first angle and in what I seen looked like a penalty, but then when we seen the angles that VAR was shown, I mean, that to me seems a good example of VAR in action that can do things in the right way, because my immediate thought was penalty to Saka, but I can understand, and I think I agree after seeing the other incidents, that it wasn't a penalty. Again, no agenda there against Arsenal fans. Please don't think I'm trying to have a pop. Always give my honest opinions. I thought it was a penalty after seeing the replays. I think I can understand why the referee overturned his own original decision. Did you ever think of becoming a ref because they're all nearly bald? Just one really important fact that you're missing out there on, part. It's the running part. If they gave me like a Segway or something to go around the pitch on. Imagine that. Imagine going around me the Segway with a whistle in my mouth. Yeah, no, mate. There's no way I'd become a referee and get that dog's abuse. I'd end up just screaming back at players or something. First time you've donated a super chat, mate. That means a lot, Ryan. Thank you. Don't means a lot, mate. Thank you. There's me next door neighbour's dog. Can you hear him? Sorry, I'm just checking something on my microphone here, folks. Just want to make sure it's on the right one. Yeah, it is. As I was saying to you earlier on, I mean, if I'm Arsenal right now, I'm trying to push for this second before half time, because I can't imagine Leeds will come out as flat-footed in the second half. Now, that's not to take away from Arsenal's performance. They deserve their goal. They've been the better side, but you know, Leeds will have a period where they'll have a pop, and I think Arsenal will need the cushion of that second goal. Yeah, imagine me on the Segway legging around the pitch like after players. Craig, do you think that Plymouth Argyle would reach the Premier League? Mate, I cannot lie, Cam, I know nothing about how Plymouth is run, mate. Nothing. Did I think it was a penalty? At first, yes, but then when I seen the extra angles, I think the referee got to the right decision. But I can't lie and say when I seen it in real time, I thought it was a penalty. But then when I seen the replays and the other angles, I changed my mind along with the referee. Excuse me. Oh, that dog, please be quiet. I love dogs. I have a dog, but that dog just... My next door neighbour lets it out the back garden, goes for a piss, and then it just barks until it's let back in the entire time. I'm purposely not speaking so you could hear the dog. Will I be going back on Twitter? No. I've had to just get to a point. I've flirted. I've gone on and off Twitter a lot over the years, but every time I go back on, I just end up mentally drained and feeling shitty about life. So, no. Oh, that's a penalty. Here is a penalty to Arsenal, and it's the Leeds keeper making an absolute mess of things. Back pass was played back to him. And again, it's Saka involved. Back pass was played back. He takes a heavy touch. And Saka, like any good player, goes right in. Sees the keeper's take. Look at this from Saka. By the way, let's give him credit. Because he follows up and presses. Keeper takes a heavy touch. Saka gets across him and gets brought down. Now, that doesn't happen without that young man working his nuts off to close down the keeper. So massive credit to Saka for that. That's why you're always taught. Follow in. Press. Do it. Never give up. And that's good instinct from the young man. And it's an out-and-out 100% penalty. The keeper kicked the back of his leg. And it was a heavy touch from the Leeds goalkeeper. But you've got to give all the plaudits in that scenario to young Saka for following up. And fair play to him. That is the right attitude to have. And he's won himself and his team a penalty there. And Aubameyang is about to step up to take it. Aubameyang now for Arsenal. Steps up, puts the keeper the wrong way, and it's 2-0, and it's a long way back now for Leeds. I was talking a couple of moments ago about Arsenal trying to get that second before half time, and they have done. And again, great penalty from Aubameyang, but it doesn't happen without young Saka following in on the keeper, not giving up on the situation, pressing, and then forcing the error. So well done from Saka, and a very good penalty from Aubameyang to make it 2-0 to the home side. Great penalty. Keeper gives the keeper the eye, sends him the wrong way. You know it's a good penalty when it hits the side netting. You know what I mean? If it goes inside the post and hits the side net, and it's usually a damn fine penalty. And Leeds 2-0 down here after 41 minutes. And look, it's no more than Arsenal deserve. To be fair, they've been by far the better side in this first half. Oh, Mustafa, I was praying that Saka didn't sign that contract with Arsenal, mate, when he did. I was saying all the time I would have loved to have taken him at Liverpool. But look, in fairness, signing that deal at Arsenal from has paid off because he has been repaid by the manager with faith, and he has not let the manager down. He's a quality young footballer. Now, it's over to Leeds now to see if they can do anything to come back into this, or will Arsenal just see this game out from 2-0 up? What are my thoughts on Saka as young talent? Absolute quality, mate. I love his attitude as well. I mean, he's brilliant. He's just so fun to watch. And again, I often talk about young players having that petulance of youth that just drive into penalty areas, and he didn't give up. He didn't give up. He chased the keeper down, and I've thoroughly enjoyed watching Saka play football. Again, there, look, he's even winning a header now from a Leeds clearance and chasing down. He's a joy to watch. He really is a joy to watch. Would I play Costas versus Leipzig? No, not a chance. I'd be playing Robertson. Again, sorry, that wasn't meant to sound rude, Oscar, mate. I just, it's too big of a game for me to start messing around with the fullbacks. But what I'd also do is I'd like to see Hendo in midfield. I'd like to see two actual centre backs playing at centre back for once. I mean, imagine the joy of that. Kareem, no problem, mate. Lovely to see you in, Kareem, and thank you for your comments, mate. Thank you for watching. 2 minutes ago till half time here at the Emirates. Arsenal 2, Leeds 0. Again, if you are new to the channel, folks, please do hit that subscribe button. Recently just passed 12k, which is not too bad for a channel that only really started putting out content in December. So thank you to everyone that's joined us for all of these watch-alongs. Just home, how has Odegaard been? I wouldn't say he's been massively involved, but the few bits he's done, he's not done anything wrong. I mean, let me put it that way. But again, he's just settling into that system. But there's no doubt about the quality of him as a footballer. I mean, Martin Odegaard is a top talent. We know that. He played really well at Sociedad, went back to Madrid, wasn't getting the game time, and now Arsenal can give him that game time. And he started today, and the team are doing well. They're 2-0 up, and they're Saka again into the penalty area. It's just, look, he's just, honestly, he's gone past players for fun there. Aubameyang tries to pick out Bellerin. Bellerin nods it back down towards Odegaard. Odegaard pulls it back now to Ceballos. Through the legs to Bellerin. Bellerin now. It's 3-0. That was a thing of beauty. That goal was quality from start to finish. Started with Saka picking up the ball and running, and the interplay, the creativity. That was what football's about. That is the type of goal that even as a neutral you sit back and go, yeah, that was quality. I mean, you question whether the keeper should have been beaten at his near post, but if you're Arsenal, you don't care about that one bit. This all came from Saka again, driving across the penalty area, going past players for fun, goes one way, then the other, eventually rolls the ball out to Aubameyang. He clips the ball to the far post. It's headed down by Bellerin. Then it comes back to Ceballos. He rolls a sneaky little pass into Bellerin, who opens up and beats the keeper at his near post. From an Arsenal point of view, that is absolutely sensational football. And yeah, brilliant goal. I mean, yes, the keeper should have done better, but I don't want to take away one bit from the attacking part of this goal because there was so much intricate play, so many little passes. Danny Ceballos with a lovely sneaky little pass as well into Hector Bellerin, and it's 3-0 to Arsenal, and it's looking like a long, long, long way back here, if there is to be a way back for Leeds. 2 minutes of additional time, by the way, added on at the end of the first half. Leeds on the attack now down this left channel. They play a ball into the box. They should let that go for a corner, and they will. Last chance here in the first half for Leeds to try and get something. Bielsa screams encouragement onto his players. I mean, fair play to Arsenal. They've come out and they have totally deserved this lead. I mean, 3-0 probably doesn't even flatter them, to be honest with you. Corner here to Leeds anyway. That's it, terrible. It doesn't even beat the first man at the near post. Again, ball out now left hand side with Rafinha. Smith Rowe sticking to him very tight. Rafinha waits for support and goes back. Leeds tries to switch the point of attack now from left to right. Bamford. Again, it's nice intricate passing from Leeds, but the clock's against them. They'll need to get something into the box here. 15 seconds to go. Cross comes in. Danny Ceballos defends it well and puts it away for Arsenal. Again, maybe one last chance for Leeds to get a ball in. Rafinha pulls it back. Handball there, and the referee blows it up for half-time anyway. Half-time at the Emirates, ladies and gentlemen. It's Arsenal 3, Leeds United 0. 2 goals from Aubameyang and one from... who was the other one from? Hector Bellerin scored the third one. And look, it's honestly no more than Arsenal deserve. They've came out and been by far the better side. It's not... Yeah, you wonder what Leeds was going to show up, and they haven't been at it. Arsenal have wanted it more. They've gotten forward more, they've chased more, and again, young Saka has been absolutely phenomenal. Do you think we'll start to set? Who do you think will start at centre back on Tuesday? I'm waiting for an update, mate. I'll wait for the press conference, obviously, to see if anyone's picked up a knocker at him. But yeah, look, I'll be doing a show later on tonight where we'll go through on Anfield Agenda at 8:30. We'll talk about stuff in more detail. What have we got? Bossman's back. How are you, pal? Genuinely did not see this being a 3-0 at half-time game, have to say. Sorry, just checking a couple of messages on my phone, folks. Bear with me. Leeds are normally nice. That's why I picked this game. Well, to be fair, we picked the game because we want to spread around as many Premier League clubs as we can as well. And yeah, we picked the Arsenal Leeds game here because we thought it was going to be a close, hard-fought game. But look, in fairness, Arsenal have deserved their 3-0 lead. Where did I get the chair? It comes from a company called Serendipity Furniture, mate. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on Twitter. They're based in the UK. And look, it's one of the things I'll cherish for the rest of my life. I really do love this chair. It has the liver bird embroidered on it, and it has my surname embroidered underneath it. It's a thing of beauty, mate, and doesn't match anything in our living room, but it's not going anywhere. I love it too much. How's your Premier League predictions going? Hand on heart, Owen, I can't even remember what I predicted, mate. So I know I predicted a 2-1 win to Leeds here. So that ain't going well. I can promise you that one. I'm sure I predicted a 2-1 win to Liverpool as well, and that didn't go well. So yeah, I'm guessing not too well, Owen, mate. Not too well. What have we got? Do they do customs? They're all custom, mate. Every single one of the chairs are custom. They make a lot of furniture, buddy. But yeah, they can make, and they've made chairs for one of the players from Wasps Rugby Club. They've made a pink one for a Playboy bunny. They made a chair for Jesse Lingard. They can make any chair, mate, in any colour. Absolutely, everything is custom. They ain't cheap, I can tell you that, but they are all 100% leather. Yeah, 100% leather, Bernadette, with a guarantee on them as well. They are quality, and they really are just hand stitched, just wonderful chairs, well constructed from heavy materials. I think with a structural guarantee in that as well with them. They're just amazing chairs, honestly. And they're usually these wingback chairs aren't that comfortable, but I mean, I really feel comfortable sitting back in this one. Is this a good game? It was a very good performance, Adam, from Arsenal in the first half. But you know, the rest of the question is, how's the second half going to go? Can Leeds find a way into it, or is this just going to be cruise control for Arsenal? You have a fiver on 5-2 Arsenal, mate. You're in with a show. You should start a Premier League prediction show on Mundo Sporto, like talked and call people up, etc. Mark over to We're going to be doing a Premier League show that Jack Gill's going to be hosting, where we're going to be bringing on the likes of Dave as a party from Talking Wolves, Corey from the West Ham Way, Joe from All Leeds TV, Matt Haynes, who's a Spurs fan, and a few other young YouTubers from different football clubs, and we'll probably work segments like that into it, mate. But we definitely are having more content coming up on the channel. It's just trying to get a time to sit down at the minute and schedule it all out, because the amount of games that are coming up and stuff, it's difficult. How tall am I? 5'10". I'm looking forward to the Champions League. Yes, I mean, yeah, any break from the league at the minute would be. What do I think about Newcastle? I love Newcastle fans. Okay, love them. I have a lot of time for the Geordies. I love the way how they treated Rafael Benitez, and yeah, I've nothing but respect for Newcastle fans. Thank you, Kareem. Very kind of you. Where do you think Frank Lampard will go next? Honestly, I can't say I've given it much thought, mate. No idea. I mean, it probably would serve him well to go abroad, maybe, and get a little bit of experience abroad, just to, widen his knowledge and get some European experience, and it'll probably help him moving forward then with another English club. And I know that's up to Frank Lampard and his family, mate, to decide where they feel most comfortable. Messier now having the best of games. He seems to be a little bit that way, Oscar, doesn't he? He can be brilliant, and he can have howlers, and I suppose that happens with a lot of keepers. But yeah, I mean, he should have definitely not given away the penalty. He should have certainly, I think, probably got a foot to Bellerin's. But if you're an Arsenal fan, you don't care. That Arsenal goal, that third goal from an Arsenal perspective, was beautiful. Have you seen the Botman news? I have not, mate. I haven't seen anything yet today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I literally rolled out of bed, drank a cup of coffee, and started this stream, and I haven't done anything yet since. Collab with Craigo. I'm confused. Are you asking, can you collab with me, or is there somebody else I'm missing out on here? CFC 1905, mate. Craig, we Liverpool fans are experts on keeper howlers at the minute, mate. I know, but I still love Alisson, and I still look. We wouldn't have won that Champions League without Alisson, and he saves us so many times. I think he's more than enough credit in the bank to allow him for a few poor games like that. So I love our big beautiful Brazilian. I'm behind him 100%. Imagine Rafinha, Jota, and Harvey Elliott as our backup front three. It's not the most unrealistic thing, Mustafa, mate. I mean, we'll wait and see how the summer goes. But Rafinha has been linked along with Harvey Barnes, Pedro Neto, Ismail Assar, and a few other attacking wide players like that. That wouldn't be too shabby at all, to be honest with you. haven't seen anything on Botman. No, sorry. I'm just trying to catch up here. Have I left Twitter? Yes. The Anfield Agenda account is there. That'll be ran by Connor, but my personal account, I'm not going back near after the abuse again I received yesterday. I need to cough for a sec, folks. I'm just going to mute my microphone. Excuse me. What do you think of the ref blowing when United were on the counter-attack? I didn't see the game, Jake. Again, if there was time left on the clock, or I hadn't had the minimum amount of injury time, then they've every right to complain. Same way I felt we were hard done by in the end of the first half when we were on the counter-attack and the ref blew up. So, yeah, if there was time left on the clock, and it's important to point out when additional time is added on, it's a minimum. So it has to at least hit that minimum extra time. And if the ref blew up early when United were on a counter, then United fans, just like us at the time, would have every right to feel pissed off. Would I collab with Craigo28? Excuse my ignorance, and I don't mean to be rude about this, but I don't know who that gentleman is. Bruno was going mad when the ref blew up. Well, look, if, again, and I don't know what the clock situation was, but am I still on keto? I've never been on keto, mate. So, I'm confused. If that was aimed at me, I've never been on a keto diet. Thoughts on where we'll finish this season? Again, I'm steering clear of that for the time being, mate, but hopefully we'll get European football, and by European football I mean Champions League football, because the Europa League is just not something I really want to entertain. He's some guy that reacted to one of our defeats. Again, you're not really narrowing that down for me, Mark. I mean, there's videos of me reacting to our defeats, or it's him reacting to our defeat. I don't know who he is. So, I mean, if anybody ever wants to hook up with us, our email address is always there, and you know, if we have time, we're happy to cross over and do stuff with anybody. There was 4 seconds left on the clock. I'd be pissed off. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be pissed off. Again, it's a minimum. It's a minimum amount of stoppage time. And usually in stoppage time, you usually get another few seconds on top of that, because there's usually, especially when the game's a draw like that, there's usually players who are taking a little bit of extra time when they're down from a tackle or stuff like that. So, yeah, look, I'd be pissed off as well if there was 4 seconds left. How is Cash doing? Good. We were exchanging messages last week, and she's going to come on the channel for a catch up soon. She's a full-time journalist now, which is brilliant. I'm so proud of her. And yeah, Cash Boyle will be on for a chat in the near future. Any news on the kid that needs surgery, other than the fact that the money still needs to be raised, mate? No, nothing new. The family are flying out on the 1st. And yeah, we're just going to keep plugging away and hoping we can help Chris. I got distracted because Dara's in the chat. Chris legit and his family in some small way. How are we, Mr. Azizi? Were you watching the Warrington fight last night, sir? What a shock that was. I mean, fair play to Lara, smelled blood and went for it, but I don't know, Josh Warrington, that was not the Josh Warrington that we've seen, but not to take away from Lara. Amazing result for him, if anyone watched the boxing last night. Where do I think Aguero will be next season? I wouldn't rule out back at Atletico. Do you know, man? I wouldn't rule that out, but maybe he fancies a move back to Argentina or something. I don't know. Remy, how are you, my friend? Lovely to see you in. It was shocking, wasn't it, Dara? I mean, Warrington showed unbelievable heart, and there's a very, very good shout to say that he should have been pulled after that 4th round, because he was non-compos mentis at the end of that 4th round, mate. And to just show the heart he had to fight back, I think he should have been saved from himself in that scenario, because, you know, it was a lot of punishment. And he'll be back. Warrington's a class act, but did you see the story that Ajax forgot to include Haller in the Europa League squad? No, I didn't. Any responses for the messages to Klopp from other channels? No, all I got was abused, mate. And not by other channels, sorry. I don't mean that to come across. I mean by the how dare this non-local have the cheek to try and do something nice. You're an absolute prick and an embarrassment to our fan base. All the usual stuff that gets thrown at me from a certain group of mostly locals. But again, which is against any experience I've ever had with locals, because every time I've been to the beautiful city of Liverpool, any local I've encountered has been nothing but lovely. So again, it's just a particular group on social media that feel they've got some God-given right to claim ownership of the way a club is supported, because they happen to fall out of their mother's vagina in a Liverpool postcode. Which the ironic part is, I'd say a large part of these families, these lads in particular, I'd say a very large part of their families have Irish roots. How can they hate me? Mate, I go to my Twitter account, at Craig, Houlden, and I retweeted. Just look up under my thread and then look at all the retweets. I just retweeted one lad's thread of comments, and there's at least 15, 20 messages, and that's just from one response. And they're all just abusing me. Not making any points, just abusing me for the sake of it. And look, I'm a human like everybody else, and I can't just read that every single day of the week. It's just soul destroying. These cunts are going to end up in somebody dying. That's what's going to happen. It's going to end up in somebody taking their own life for abuse they've received on social media. And I don't want that to happen to anybody. And so I'm not making a stand, but I'm making a point. Wait, we're into the second half here anyway. Let's see if Leeds can get back into this game. Ball back with the Leeds keeper here, who's just waiting for some options to open up. He launches the ball long out right hand side looking for Bamford. Goes over his head. We've seen a couple of substitutions actually at half time. Let me just check what they were. So Leeds have brought on Tyler Roberts to replace Click. Ball into the box, it's up in the air. Again, Leno comes and claims it. You don't have to. I know you're trying to be nice there, Adam, but when you say you don't mean this in a gay way, there's nothing. Even if you did, mate, there's nothing wrong with that. I know you didn't mean to it, but just comes across a little bit anti-gay, mate. But yeah, even if you did, it's all good. I appreciate the support, mate. Thank you. Ball in, 4-0. It's 4-0, and Aubameyang's got a hat trick. Cross deep to the far post. Aubameyang stoops down, gets his head to it. It's 4-0 to Arsenal, and Leeds are in a whole world of trouble right now. Again, it's a shot that's blocked originally. The ball then comes loose. Leeds were dicking around with it. Smith Rowe gets it. Lovely little dink to the far post to Aubameyang, who stoops to nod it in. And it's 4-0. And it all comes from Leeds giving the ball away. Again, like I talk about, good pressing from Arsenal on the edge. Win the ball back in a dangerous area. Smith Rowe then, one cross to the far post. Aubameyang scoops in, bang, header, 4-0. And again, just comes from good pressing, good play and hard work. So fair play, 4-0 to Arsenal. Three minutes gone in the second half, and you'd have to say any faint hopes that Leeds had to get back into this game are well and truly out the window now. And Aubameyang's after getting himself a hat trick. Who was my inspiration growing up? My father, and then Leeds with a strike, good save from Leno. Gigi Buffon, Schmeichel, even though he's a United keeper. I mean, I was a goalkeeper, so these were the best goalkeepers around at the time. Oliver Kahn, Jorge Campos, the mad Mexican goalkeeper with those crazy kits. Antonio Zubizarreta. Yeah. Always Clements when you look back at Liverpool keepers, but obviously it was a bit before my time. Brucey Grobler, obviously. But yeah, mostly goalkeepers, mate, because of the keeper, and they were the ones that I admired. Do I think Leeds will batter Liverpool? No. Why would I think that? They gave us a great game at Anfield earlier on in the season. No, I don't mean Rene Higuita, mate. I mean Jorge Campos. He wore really colourful short sleeve kits in USA '94. Rene Higuita was the guy you're talking about, the Colombian goalkeeper that did the scorpion kick against England at Wembley. But no, not him. Although he did have a magnificent perm, mind you. But no, George Campos or Jorge Campos was the guy I'm talking about. Sorry about your loss with your mum and dad. Ha 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 ha. Strange, but okay. Do you think Kelleher should be called up to the Ireland squad? Absolutely, but I'd heard the gaffer talking about it and saying that he just wants him to get a bit more experience. But you know, Caoimhín Kelleher is going to be the Irish number one at some point. I'm absolutely certain of that. He's a quality young goalkeeper. It's just about getting enough club game time, really. Did you see Mane get pushed in the build up to the Vardy goal? Look, we'd be clutching at straws here, to be honest with you. So it is done and dusted. Do I know Mark Goldbridge? Yes, I do. Done videos with him. He's a friend of mine. We chat on WhatsApp. He's helped me with the channel a fair bit. Yes, I do know Mark, or well, Brent, as his real name is. And anyone ask me all Liverpool stuff, just tonight, 8:30, I'll be doing a late night agenda at Anfield Agenda. We'll go through all the Liverpool stuff. Leeds now, spread the ball across the left side. Cross in, deep to the far post, but straight to Leno. Why is he called Mark Goldbridge? Because he searched for a name that nobody was using that would be very easy to find and that nobody else was using. So he worked as a police officer, and this is all public knowledge, by the way. I'm not giving away any secrets. He worked as a police officer and didn't want to, for various obvious reasons, use his real name when he was making content. So searched and found Mark Goldbridge was a name that nobody was using. So used that name, and yeah, that's the story pretty much. And yeah, I'm gonna be as excited from as anybody else when they hit 1 million subscribers. I mean, all those years of hard work gonna pay off for the whole lads, the whole lot of the lads at the United stand, and yeah, it's a testament to their hard work. Do I think if Van Dijk came back from injury, we would gain form challenge for no challenger for the title this season whatsoever? That's done and dusted. But next season, that we should be back pushing next season, but we need a few additions in the summer to freshen it up. And Alioski's gone off now to be replaced by Niall Huggins, a Welsh player, a Welsh youth international, I believe. Can't wait till you reach 100k. There's no guarantees we'll get there, my friend. We have to, we have to earn the right to be there. Um, so I don't count our chickens yet. We're at 75, and 76 is my next target, pal. I don't know what. Craig, you are insane. I don't know if that's meant as a dig or a compliment, mate, honestly. So I'll just gloss over it. Roland, I've said a few times now, buddy, anything about Liverpool news and that we'll do tonight at 8:30 on Anfield Agenda, mate. This is supposed to be like a non-Liverpool channel where we're covering the Leeds Arsenal game, so I don't mean to be rude, buddy, but, you know, happy to talk about it tonight at 8:30 on Anfield Agenda. If you have any questions, I'll more than happily answer them, fella. Xhaka to Louise. 9 minutes into the second half now. Ball between the lines to Saka. Again, a good turn by him. Referee says was pulled back. He was trying to play an advantage to Arsenal. That'll be a free kick to them, halfway between the halfway line and the Arsenal 18-yard box. You and I think the same, mate. I think Anfield Agenda, yes, it's great, but I do agree. I think this channel, if we get it right, has the capacity to outgrow Anfield Agenda. I really do believe that. It's just about, you know, making sure we get the type of content right, and that's why we're trying a few different things at the beginning, just to see what works and what doesn't. But we're not going to just cover football on here. Premier League of Darts starts in April. We'll be doing watch-alongs of that. Next season's NFL, we'll be doing watch-alongs of that on a regular basis. Boxing, we'll be doing watch-alongs of that. We're just building up our content levels bit by bit, just trying to get the personnel that we need to run a channel with so many different types of content, mate. It's tough to get people who are who have the time and who, you know, are knowledgeable enough or passionate enough to speak about the things we need to cover. Ireland lost 15-13 in the rugby, which considering the amount of injuries and the depleted squad that Ireland had, it wasn't too embarrassing at all, to be honest with you. Hi Ben, how are you, mate? And thank you. Favourite darts player currently? I kind of cheat a little bit, mate, because Barney's making a comeback and he's going through Q school, so Barneveld. But if I had to pick outside of Barneveld, I like Dimitri Vandenberg. I do. I like Dimitri Vandenberg, and he always entertains me. And I like Gary Anderson because you know you never know what you're gonna get. What Gary Anderson will show up, and Gary Anderson kind of reminds me a bit of Ronnie O'Sullivan in that he just seems to have an obscene amount of natural talent for his sport, but it's about trying to put that together in runs like the ones where he won the World Championship. So yeah, look, there's a load of great young darts players coming up as well, which is going to make it just so more interesting. George, thank you for the super chat, mate. Appreciate it. People say the United stand is clickbait. I don't think some people actually understand what. I'm not saying everyone, because of course some people do know what clickbait is, but the whole point of a YouTube channel is to draw attention to your channel. So whether your channel, let's just, and I don't agree with this, but let's just say for argument's sake that the titles are clickbait, okay? And I don't think they are, by the way, but let's just say for argument's sake that they are. You won't grow to the level of 1 million unless you're creating good content that makes people want to stay. So as much as somebody might click on a video, and we all try to entice people with our thumbnails and our titles and stuff like that, but you have to have substance behind the videos or nobody's coming back and your channel won't grow. So my answer would be to anyone that says that about the United stand, you don't get to almost 1 million subscribers with clickbait. You get there by being good at what you do and creating quality content. And there's 4-1. Leeds have got one back. Just the 3 more to go. So I absolutely don't think that they are clickbait. And again, the substance of your content is what's going to keep people coming back. And you don't continue to grow and get those numbers without making good content. And they make excellent content. Good delivery in, right into the 6-yard box, bang, and it's 4-1. Anyone that had both teams to score in their accumulators will be very happy with this one. And it's Struijk with the goal, 4-1. I mean, somebody said 4-4 earlier on, and we were joking about it. I said if we get a load of goals today, at least we won't be bored. Well, we've had 5 now, folks, and we've still got half an hour to go. Jesus, Chelsea FC, mate. That's disgusting, pal. Yeah, he has to be removed for that. That man, we will not condone that type of language, behaviour, or that's just disgusting, mate. And who was that aimed at? Where is he? Ali Morali. I'm so sorry, pal, that somebody used that language towards you, mate. I don't condone it in any way, shape, or form. And although with nothing to do with it, I want to apologise on behalf of our subscribers, mate, because you know that's disgusting, pal. Do you think there should be a limit to wages and transfer deals to stop money ruining? And I'm unwilling to use that S word you put at the end there, Kevin, because it's football. Very hard to enforce, mate. I mean, the way American sport is set up is very different. I don't know if a salary cap would work because, quite honestly, there's so much money in football these days that I think the big clubs would find a way around it, whether that be by setting up feeder clubs or, you know, inflated sponsorship deals to bring in revenues. I think there'd just be a way found around it. Half an hour to go here at the Etihad. Not at the Etihad, Craig. That was yesterday. Wake up, man. I'm still not awake. At the Emirates, excuse me. Still not awake. And it's 4-1 to Arsenal. Can't complain about this one being a dull affair anyway. There's been goals galore. And we still have half an hour to go. Cheers, Frank. Appreciate that, fella. And look, respect right back to you. Here's Aubameyang again. Odegaard, it's saved by the Leeds keeper. Follow-up strike, pulled just wide of the post, but I think the offside flag was up anyway. Apart from football, what's your second sport? It's boxing, mate. Boxing. It goes football, boxing, darts, tennis, and then NFL. Because I've only started watching NFL this year. But yeah, football, boxing, darts. They're the three. Boxing, myself and my dad, my entire childhood, we sat up and watched boxing fights together, and I've been in and around that sport with you know my dad being involved in martial arts and having friends who are boxers, and yeah, my dad was a good friend with one of Mike Tyson's old sparring and training partners, and yeah, I've just been around boxing my entire life, mate. I love the sport. And there's some of the judging scorecards lately of just making a mockery of what is an amazing sport. Like Kiko Martinez last night was absolutely robbed. Robbed yet again. Those judge scorecards were a disgrace. I'm not saying, you know, you can talk whatever about the fight being close, but some of those scorecards were a joke. You missed snooker. I don't watch snooker anymore. I can't sit through it, Dara. I play it. I play snooker no problem, but I just can't sit through it these days. I don't think I have the attention span anymore. There's the old next door neighbour's dog out again. Odegaard now for Arsenal. Moves the ball into the right channel nicely for Bellerin. Bellerin still in possession. Pulls it back. Leeds have cleared their line zone. They'll look to start to counter attack down this left hand channel. But nah, they play it straight out and it'll be a throw into Arsenal. What about rugby? Casual viewer, mate. I'd watch it very casually. Same with UFC. I'd be a very casual UFC viewer as well. Sam, thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate that. And Scott, thank you very much as well, mate. I really appreciate that. You guys don't know what that means, honestly. It means a lot to me. Ali said, how far do you think we, Liverpool, can go in the Champions League? Mate, I honestly think anybody can go all the way in it. If you get to the last 8, so let's say we get through the game against Leipzig, quarterfinals, anything is possible. So, you know, I'm an optimist, so it's going to be difficult. Some cracking teams left in it, but hopefully, mate, all the way. You never know. That dog, honestly. We're part of... One of the things about my Asperger's is I've got massive sensitive sensory issues, and that dog sounds like a Kango hammer going through my head. Leeds now recycling the ball, trying to get a second one. A second one. You wonder if Leeds get a second here, would Arsenal be impacted in any way, or would they still feel they have enough breathing room? Do I think Saunders will beat Canelo? No, I don't. I think Callum Smith was the best super middleweight um, until Canelo stepped up and decided he wanted to clean up the super middleweight division. And you can say whatever you want about Callum Smith on the night, but he's just exceptional. How much or how do you become a mod in the chat? Mate, we kind of we go through different periods of when the channel grows and we need more mods and the chat goes quicker. We just bring them in, um, but we don't. We've got a lot, as you can see, the chat for as many as we have at the minute. But there's no criteria really, pal. Just people we recognise from regularly being in the chat. Bamford now in the right channel for Leeds. Ball back inside. Be a throw into Arsenal. Gabriel tried to buy a cheap free kick. The linesman wasn't having it. And it'll be a Leeds United throw in. 25 minutes to go here at the Emirates. It's Arsenal 4, Leeds United 1. Arsenal have the ball now. Ceballos, he gives it away. Rafinha, strike. Pulls it wide of the far post. You can see what he was trying to do, but he couldn't quite pick out Leno's left hand post, and he's a little bit angry at himself he didn't at least hit the target. Who do I think will win? Joshua Fury. I mean, it's so hard to say. Like, in theory, you say that Tyson Fury's boxing IQ and his ring management and his... In theory, you say Tyson Fury, and that's probably where the smart money would go. But you're talking about heavyweights, you're talking about AJ, and you're talking about, if any of those boys can connect, it could be night-night. So, I'd edge to Fury because of his pedigree, because of his footwork, because of his boxing knowledge and his ring generalship and all these cliche phrases that you'll often hear. But AJ, the longer it gets drawn out, the more experience, the more chance that AJ gets. And it really is a pick 'em fight. But, I don't think I'll be laying any money down that night if that fight happens. Would I ever do fight streams? Absolutely. We're going to be doing them on the channel here, mate. 100%. Has the game been exciting? Kind of yes and no, Daniel. Yes, because we've got 5 goals, but no, because Arsenal went 4-0 up and there wasn't, it hasn't really been a battle, so to speak. What do I think of the United result earlier? Look, obviously it's good for us as a chase and top 4 contender. It's good for City because they'll, have widened the gap even further. But obviously if you're a United fan, you're going to feel annoyed because I predicted in my predictions, I thought United would go to the Hawthorns and it could be a cricket score. I think I picked 3-0 in my predictions, but I didn't watch the game, so, I don't really know how it went other than the score. Razan, I've literally answered that question, mate, a second ago about the fight streams. Do I reckon the title race is 100% over? Yes, for Liverpool, definitely. Leeds now win left-hand channel. Ball pulled back. It's 4-2. They've got their second, ladies and gents. Oh, hello. 4-2 to Leeds. Somebody said they had 5-2 on the racket as well, didn't they? Is that person still in the chat? I'm sure someone said they had 5-2. They had a 5-2 bet on Leeds or on Arsenal to win. And somebody else said 4-4, but Leeds have pulled 2 back here, folks. It's heating up at the Emirates. And there's still 22 minutes or so to go. Rain's pouring down. Costa this time with the second goal for Leeds. Here we go. Could be something on here. Let's wait and see. Again, if you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, folks, please do take a second to hit that subscribe button. Craig sad because Liverpool lost. No, mate. I'm sad because I'm being trolled to death on Twitter by a bunch of scumbags constantly, and it's taken its toll on my mental health and physical health. That's why I'm a little bit sad, mate. But yeah, here I still am, sitting here making content, you know, trying to just do my own thing. Cross in. Leno comes and claims it. 20 minutes to go here at the Emirates. It's going to be an interesting last 20. Someone put 5-2 at 100 to 1. Whoo, I'd love that to come in for them. Not that I want Arsenal to win, but I just like hearing people winning a few quid. And not that I don't want Arsenal to win either. It's a free kick to Arsenal here. Handball spotted by the linesman. Right hand side. A yellow card comes out from the referee as well. Was that a shoulder or an arm? Difficult to say. Either way, it's been given as a free kick. I did say the scorer, Mark. I said it was Costa with the goal for Leeds. Higgins now, or Huggins, excuse me. If Leeds can pick one more back here, even with 6-7 minutes to go. Throw into Leeds' left-hand side. They're going to be full of belief right now. From 4 down to 4-2 with 20 to go. It's going to be, strap yourselves in, folks. This could be an exciting last 20 here. Reverse pass looking for Costa again, but out comes Leno and claims it. Costa seems to have a little bit of blood actually trickling down from his lip, and a Leeds player is gone to ground. And Bellerin sportingly puts the ball out of play to allow the Leeds player to receive some attention. I think it's Rafinha actually. It is Rafinha as far as I can see. I can't see the number on the shirt. All I can see is the man. Yeah. Tis Rafinha that's down. Are Arsenal on the ropes? I wouldn't go that far. But I think it's more that Leeds are more full of belief. I wouldn't say they're being completely penned back in or anything, but it's certainly going to be an interesting last 20. Ball back now with Leno from that throw in that Bellerin put it out, so Leeds have given the ball back and it's with Leno. Ian, how are you, buddy? Lovely to see our Darlington supporting buddy back in. How are you, man? I know you're recovering from COVID, buddy. I hope you're feeling a little bit better today at least. Aubameyang. Good ball into the channel here for Hector Bellerin. Bellerin puts in a cross. That's great defending. That is great defending. It was Cooper put the ball out there. It'll be an Arsenal corner, but Saka had a tap in if he didn't throw his foot at this one. That's great defending. Would I sell Origi for 20 million? Yes. Do I think the first penalty should have been given? Scott, in real time, at the time, I said yes. And then when I seen the angles that the referee was given on the monitor, I think it was the right decision to overturn it. If we're talking about the one that wasn't given. I think it was the right decision to overturn it. But in real time, like the ref, I thought it was a penalty. But then when I seen the angles the VAR had, I think it was a fair call. Did I watch the Ward versus Gaddy fight? Of course. Mickey Ward versus Arturo Gaddy. It's a classic. Cade is going through rehab, mate. He had an injury. He's had a lot of muscle injuries, and the club are putting him through rehab to try and strengthen his core and, just to stop his body breaking down and picking up these little knocks. So they're taking their time with him. Again, all the Liverpool questions 8:30 tonight. Anfield Agenda. Oh, that's our Liverpool channel. This is a non-Liverpool channel. This is Arsenal Leeds today. So anything Liverpool related, please just jump on at 8:30 and I'll answer anything that you guys want asked. I'll do my best to get through them. But for this one, we're here to look at the Leeds game and the Arsenal game, and look 4-2. We've a hell of a game on our hands. Leeds on the attack again now. Bamford goes down. Leeds appeal for a penalty. It looked to me like, again, on first viewing, like he just ran out of room. But again, I'm sure VAR will have a look at it. Ball's broken now to Saka, right hand side. 15 minutes to go with the Emirates. Bellerin. Nice ball into Xhaka there. Good tackle on him. Arsenal have it back with Hector Bellerin. He plays in Granit Xhaka, who plays in Aubameyang. He hits the post. Aubameyang could have had himself a fourth goal there, and he rattles the post. That would have been the 5-2 that gentleman had. Strike from distance, deflection, and it goes wide. That'll be a corner. Now, we're going back to look at this Bamford incident. Ball laid into him. It's one of them that I honestly don't know. Bamford should have had a penalty. Some people would say he ran out of space. And then Aubameyang rattles the post. Well, it's not been given anyway because the corner's been taken and now Leeds are trying to start a quick counter-attack. Keeper rolls it out left hand side. Ball switch back across. This is set up for a grand finale, this one, folks. You feel like there's at least one more goal in this game somewhere. Rafinha now. He cuts back in. Plays the ball back centrally. This is a very interesting last 15. Leeds moving the ball around, trying to just drag Arsenal out of shape a little bit. Few chances being taken and Arsenal have turned it back over now. Xhaka, he tries the ball inside but he's dispossessed. Leeds with a little scoopy dink out here. Costa tries to keep it in play, can't quite do it, and it's an Arsenal throw in left hand side. Odegaard being replaced now by El Neni. Obviously, Arteta just trying to strengthen up and shore up that midfield a little bit. Sacrifice a little bit of attacking threat to just try and add a bit of defensive stability there to try and see this game out. Here we go. Arsenal on the counter now. Bellerin on the charge. Saka's available. Plays a nice ball to him. Saka cuts inside. That's a great challenge on him. But then Arsenal press. Now win the ball back. It's back with Bellerin again. Now it's Saka. He's tackled well again and Leeds have a chance to break. Although the ball goes straight to David Luiz and now Arsenal have it with El Neni. Xhaka. Back out to David Luiz. Bellerin. Saka. Arsenal just playing keep ball here for a minute. Saka again for Arsenal. Willian tries the ball in behind, but it's straight through to the Leeds keeper. Now it's Leeds' turn to go, and it's turned into a game of basketball, folks. Nicholas, were we just putting the word Houlden in for any particular reason, buddy? Loved watching your Prem predictions on Tog's channel. Cheers, Scott. I think Togden and his Tog dad are going to come on Anfield Agenda for a chat in the next week or so. I'm recording with the Irish guy from HITC Sport on Wednesday at 4 o'clock, so that video should be out hopefully soon enough as well. So lots of great stuff coming up on both channels, folks. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Head over and check out some of the content on Anfield Agenda. I mean, recently we've interviewed Graham Hunter, Jack Mate. We've got the HITC Sports, the Irish guy, which is what he's known as. He's going to be with me on Wednesday. We're going to be doing a video together. Then Thogden and Thogdad hopefully soon as well. So loads of great stuff coming up, and I really enjoy chatting to other content creators and seeing how they go about doing their stuff and hearing their stories. And yeah, I'm privileged and pleasure to be able to do it. Do I watch basketball? Not really, Mustafa. I've watched little bits and pieces of it this season, but no, I certainly wouldn't say I'm a fan of the sport or I watch it. Katie said that'll be the best vid on the internet. Can't wait. I don't know which one that is, but either way, thank you. I'm glad you're looking forward to one of them. If anyone hasn't seen the Jack Mate one, it was really good fun, and it's up on Anfield Agenda. And Jack's an absolute legend. Kareem, how are you, buddy? I do remember you, mate. I hope you're well. Who scored the best goal in the game? Arsenal. Hector Bellerin's goal for Arsenal has been my favourite goal of the game here. It was just a brilliant move that was finished off. And yeah, it's just a great goal. Oh, with Thogden and Thogdad. Yeah, that would be fun. I mean, it'd be lots of fun. They're two lovely people, and I was really happy to be asked to record the predictions video for them, and I spoke to them privately as well a little bit through DMs and stuff, and I got a lovely message of support from Thogdad last night after the abuse I received, and just class acts, both of them, two gentlemen that it's lovely to see that father-son bond, to see that to see them doing videos together. It's very inspiring, it's very heartwarming, and it's lovely to see that bond between the two of them. Am I live later on Anfield Agenda? Yep, 8:30, buddy, 8:30. Free kick here to Leeds anyway. Arsenal holding the line about 2 or 3 yards ahead of their 18-yard box. Here comes the ball. It's too close to Leno, though. Too easy for the Arsenal keeper. Oh, I can't wait to record a video with the Irish guy as well. God, no, I'm going into this video with no agenda, no prep. I'm just going to see where the conversation goes. Two Irish lads with decent senses of humour, sitting down. That could go anywhere. I'm really looking forward to having a chat with them. It's going to be so much fun, and we could end up talking about anything. I wasn't getting abused about the game, mate. No. Again, I don't really want to talk about it, mate. I've spent enough time dealing with it, but no, it wasn't about the game yesterday. No. Dara, I will talk to you soon, buddy. Be safe and be well. You say ignore the hate, man, but when you get, I think it's fair to say, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stuff aimed every single day at you, you know, it gets through, some of it, mate. I'm a human being with feelings. Some of it gets through. Saka hits the post. That'll be a free out. That was almost the 5-2 that we were waiting on for that gentleman to get his bet up. Saka hits the post. Aubameyang hits the post. Arsenal did put the ball in the net, but it was only after a foul on Rafinha, so it'll be a free out. You're from Lisbon, Northern Ireland. Lisbon. I think I've been to Lisbon once, Katie, if my memory's correct. Hanny, I see you like writing my name there, mate. Want to follow it up with that in there, pal? Or I think it was 100 to 1, mate, were the odds he got. He was saying, and he said it before the game. In fairness, it's not somebody who came in when the scores went up. He said before the game he had 5-2. Here come Rafinha again in Arsenal, or defend it. Yeah, Arsenal do defend it and get a throw in. Left hand side, Gabriel will take it. Cheers, you, and appreciate that, fella. Yeah, my Twitter is locked, mate, but the Anfield Agenda account is there. Yeah, I locked my Twitter because of the abuse I was receiving, mate, and I'm not going back near it. Anfield Agenda will be run by Connor, but I just can't be arsed with it, mate. I don't deserve it. 5 minutes to go here. I mean, if Leeds are going to have any chance, they'd want to be pulling something back soon. Ball in. I mean, full credit to them, by the way, for showing guts to come back to 4-2, but I don't mean that in a negative way. They've shown tremendous heart here in the second half. Ball across. Oh, gee, great defending. I thought that was a tap in for Bamford, but it was well defended by Arsenal. Now Aubameyang has it. And Arsenal clear their lines. Leeds still plugging away here, though. There's good work by Leeds down this right hand side. It's actually great defending from David Luiz. Looked like Bamford was going to get across the front of him, but David Luiz tracked the run well and got a good left foot on it. Good defender by David Luiz. Saka. Aubameyang. Saka on the edge of the box. Back to Bellerin. Bellerin plays the ball across, but Leeds hook it away. Be a throw into Arsenal right hand side. Just over 4 minutes of normal time plus whatever the officials add on for stoppages. Cheers, Crinks. The funny thing is, all these people that slag me off for over celebrating, or I've been on the cop around locals and heard them give fucking dogs abuse to players at times, and yet they think they've got a moral superiority over the rest of us. Not all again, not all locals, because there's some amazing. Just I'm talking about the ones that are being spiteful. Shot again, saved by the Leeds keeper. No, I'm not quitting Anfield Agenda. Not a chance. I'm just quitting Twitter. Our YouTube channels aren't going anywhere, mate. I'm going to succeed. I'm going to ram it back down their throats, and I'm going to fucking laugh when we do make it even bigger. I don't quit. None of these fuckers are making me quit. Not a chance. I'm doing this for my family. They can kiss my ass, all these self-entitled pricks. Three minutes to go. Ball launched long. Bamford giving a chase. Gabriel's getting there ahead of him. Every time Gabriel's in a one-on-one this game, he's gone to ground. He gets a free kick again here from the referee. He didn't get one from the linesman earlier on. Looks like Arsenal are going to bring on another defensive reinforcement just to see this game out. Oh, Mustafa, you're best to stay off Twitter, mate. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've met some wonderful people on there, and there are certainly more lovely people than negative people, but those negative people seem to spend their entire fucking lives on Twitter, mate, and have these little hate groups that they just go around in gangs of, thinking they're hard people who are great, but they're just scum, mate. That's all I can say. Scum. But again, I've had some really positive experiences on Twitter as well, met some amazing people, so it's just a cesspit, mate. It's just mentally draining. You know, you're trying to be positive and you just get pissed on over and over again, like. Good play by Leeds here. 90 seconds of normal time to go. Again, any Reds watching, hope to see you guys on Anfield Agenda at 8:30 tonight for the late night agenda. David Wells said if I cash out, what's the cash out option? 35 and falling quickly. The stake was what? What was the stake? £1, David? Something like that? I mean, I know it's a tough one, isn't it? Because do you take the £35 or do you think I'm only losing £1? It's up to you, fella. I wouldn't tell anybody what to do in that scenario. Thoughts on Thogden or Robbie not going on Thogden's unless he gets paid? It's not my place to comment on it, mate. It's you know, I whatever, but anybody. Fiver at 100 to 1. Oh mate, there's no way I'd be cashing out I've had a fiver on at 100 to 1 for the sake of 35 quid. I'd rather lose the fiver than potentially be staring at 500 quid if Arsenal score a late counter attack. But that's just me. Sorry, I thought it was a quid. I was gonna say, but for a fiver, I'd for the sake of 500 quid, man. 4 minutes. You've got 4 minutes of additional time as well. Ball into the box. What's going on here? Oh, Bamiyang's down on the far end of the pitch, holding his right ankle. Dave, if they score, man, we don't want any money, pal. You enjoy yourself with that money if they score and it comes up, buddy. That's you're the lad that had the foresight to put the bet on, mate. So you enjoy every penny of that if it comes in, buddy, and treat yourself to something nice. And I'm rooting for you. I am, because there's no way Leeds are getting the equaliser here. I'm rooting for you to get this 5th goal. Saka hit the post. Aubameyang hit the post. Oh, of course, yeah, Hanny, of course. 100% I'll be streaming the Leipzig game on Anfield Agenda on Tuesday. I'll be doing it, yeah. I'll be doing it on Anfield Agenda on Tuesday. Aubameyang's limping off here, right hand side. Medical department just explaining to Arteta what the scenario is. Again, there'll be probably some extra additional time for this, I'd say. I mean, we definitely, now we're back in play. I'd say you could add a minute onto that 4. Arsenal launched the ball long to give it back to Leeds. Do I play Fantasy Premier League? Yes, mate, but really badly. Houlden now has it for Arsenal. He launches it long. He was going to play it to Bellerin, but decided to go long. Oh, Saka nearly got away there. Leeds on the counter again. Getting bodies forward. Aubameyang's back on the pitch now. Leeds move the ball out right hand side. I mean, they're going to have to hurry this along if they want to get something here. It's an Arsenal throw in left hand side, right down across from the 18-yard box with a minute plus probably another minute maybe of additional time left to go. Another throw in. Willian flicks it on. Leeds have it. They knock it back forward. Again, Leeds on the attack with Rafinha now, right hand side. He cuts in. Flicks the ball forward. It's defended, but it's back. Leeds in possession. Rafinha again. Willian's on him. Ball's back, Leeds have it again on the halfway line. Pressure comes on from El Neni. We've had the 4 minutes, but again, there'll probably be another additional one. Leeds still trying to play through the lines here. Good tackle by El Neni. Leeds still have it though. Referee waves play on. An advantage here to Leeds. They switch the ball across right hand side. Rafinha gives chase. It's a corner to Leeds. This will probably be the last action of the game. Corner comes in. Leno gets a hand on it. Now Arsenal have a chance to counter. Aubameyang. Oh, he gets brought down. You would have been in, David. You would have been in, mate. Aubameyang caught on the counter and Arsenal had 5 bodies pouring forward. Oh, man. You would have been in there. Look at the amount of bodies Arsenal were getting forward. Aubameyang was in space on the left. I really feel for you, man. That was it. That was your fucking counter-attack that would have got you your win. Dallas picks up a yellow. It's all over at the Emirates, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal have beaten Leeds by 4 goals to 2 in what's been a very entertaining game. I will chat to you guys either during the week on here, or I will chat to you later on in Anfield Agenda. Please do hit that subscribe button before you head off. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Thanks a lot to you guys for tuning in as always, and I'll talk